Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the ARK of Painting. And today we're going to be painting an almighty volcano. So we're going to roll the colors across the screen, and let's take our gunmetal coloring, and let's just paint this guy. All sorts of ash and goofy things out there, and we're going to stop our sky just about there. Let's grab our charcoal coloring. Why don't we add one mighty volcano just right there, and maybe it goes down, and let's shade it in. Now why don't we grab a little bit of our steel coloring, and let's add a little bit of clouds. And why don't we just extend the mountain down just a little bit more. In fact, let's just shade in this whole entire area. And now why don't we add a big ol' eruption, just like so. You know, I'm not a big fan of this guy. I might try and change how these clouds look. Maybe the volcano goes out even more. Now let's go in with our color and let's just even this out a little bit. Oh, what the heck. Let's just add a couple dark clouds right here. Maybe they like the volcano. Maybe they're made of volcano, who knows? It really is sort of our own little world out there. And in this case, it's one dark world. Now, why don't we grab our orange color and let's do something funky. Just an indication of something happening up there. How about it goes down like this? Maybe there's another water flow. Oh, and maybe in our world, we'll grab a little bit of our terracotta. Just a little bit of brown right on the edges right here. Let's grab our windsoar coloring, and let's continue our lava, just like so. Now our volcano is looking pretty good right now, so let's grab a little bit of our cantaloupe color and add in just a little bit of bright highlights. And oh, what the heck, why don't we add a little bit of our latte coloring and just start making bits of smoke. Maybe it's getting lit up so much by this lava. Now why don't we go in with a little bit of highlights, intermingling, and let's slowly get darker with it. And just keep making it almost as if it's one big nuclear explosion. There. Now why don't we grab our windsoar coloring again, and let's just add a swooping river. And oh, how about there's one huge lava pool? Who knows? Maybe there's one big old waterfall. Maybe there's a rock right there. Now that we have our little lava water flow, let's take our orange and let's start adding just a couple little highlights. I'm gonna grab our shadow coloring and just paint over the rock just like so. I used black earlier and it was a little too harsh, so we're moving to shadow to make sure that nothing comes off as too overpowering. Why don't we just shade in this whole area? Maybe there's one big old rock right there. So now let's shade it in. And now this landscape back here could use a little bit of darkening as well. Who knows what else is out there? And almost treat these giant rocks as trees. They're just all matted tree rocks. Now I think most people can see whenever there's something off about their painting. But the real challenge is figuring out how and what to do to fix it. And that's where practice and experimentation comes in. So now why don't we grab our windsoar coloring, and on these rocks being just illuminated a little bit by this lava here. And so far it looks a little goofy, and that is just one example of how experimentations don't necessarily need to work. Now I might grab a little bit of the terracotta coloring and just start making little shapes. And the closer it is to the lava, the more it should illuminate. And this way, this darkness of the landscape can have just a few extra hints of what's going on. Now, there's one big empty spot right here. So why don't we grab our windsoar coloring yet again, and let's just make another waterfall. And I just realized that we did the same exact rocks as these. Let's change it up a little bit. Let's take our terracotta once again, and let's just add a couple more indications of rocks all the way around. Now I think our painting is almost done. But first, I think there might be just one happy little rock that's sitting right here. There! And why don't we sign our painting? I hope you enjoyed this episode today. Happy painting, and go check out The Real Bob Ross.